If you took our Prescott Sanity Check and something doesn't sit right, this video will help you work through it all.
Hi, I'm Diane, the local Prescott Pickle Lady.
And I'm Randall, her trusty sidekick.
We make videos to help people who are thinking about relocating to Prescott understand what it's really like to live here. This video is for people who are seriously considering moving to Prescott, Arizona, and either already took our Prescott Sanity Check or are thinking about it. If you're trying to figure out whether Prescott is actually a good place for your lifestyle, this will help you make sense of what your results really mean. We're going to walk through the key areas that determine whether Prescott is a good fit, things like lifestyle, environment, healthcare, and even culture, so you can understand whether your results are pointing you in the right direction or warning you about something important.
If you haven't taken a sanity check, well, you probably should. You can find it at prescottscoop.com/sanity. The link is in the description. If you've taken the sanity check but didn't get the email containing your report, then let us know and we'll find it for you. Our contact information is in the description as well. Stick around to the end because we're going to cover one of the most controversial factors people don't like to talk about, but it can completely change your decision. Let's start with the dog situation.
That's something near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, our dogs. If you don't have dogs, we understand if you don't want dogs around. If you have dogs, you want them to be everywhere. We kind of get that. What is the dog situation here in Prescott?
It's very positive.
Yeah.
We have a lot of dogs here. It's a huge dog town. You will see people walking their dog around the square. You'll see people walking them all around different neighborhoods. They even go to restaurants. When you go in, there's a lot of restaurants that allow dogs outside.
Yeah.
You'll see them in stores. Very welcoming to dogs.
Yeah. But here's the thing, they pretty much have to stay on a leash if they're outside. And there's some places you can't take the dogs. You know, it's not like every restaurant will let dogs in. The flip side is there are some restaurants that do. So if you can't live with dogs, that might be an issue for you.
There's a great dog park as well that a lot of people frequent.
Yeah.
And chances are every car you see will have at least one dog head sticking out
That's
of it.
exactly right. Besides dogs, you need to understand that Prescott is about retirees.
Yes, it
is.
is.
This is a retirement town.
Absolutely. So do we have young families? Do we have young people and children? Yes, we do. But we do not have a lot of industry here or big business, so it doesn't tend to attract those type of folks. It's attracting mostly retired people.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Who've paid their dues and now they just want to live in a lovely town where it's peaceful and quiet and they can have fun. So, yeah, not a lot of industry here. So if you want to be an agent, a real estate agent, a teacher or a doctor, or in the hostess, industry, entertainment industry, it'll work for you. But other than that, don't expect to come here and get a big fancy job.
That's right. This is not a high energy, family driven environment.
No, it really isn't.
So this next issue tends to surprise people, and that's how they physically experience living here day to day.
Yep.
Let's start with the weather.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Four seasons, none are extreme.
Yeah.
They're all workable, livable, easy, and absolutely delightful.
Yeah, if you don't want 4 seasons, this is not the place for you. You're going to have a winter, you're going to have a summer. Spring and fall are gorgeous like they are in a lot of places. A little windy, but not too bad.
It can be quite windy. Some people don't care for that. It doesn't bother us. We're used to hurricanes. So,
that's right.
But some people cannot stand it.
That's
so
right.
Keep that in mind.
Dry air.
Yes.
So no one has come from a wetter place than you and I. And we have made the transition, but maybe that bothers you. The fact that there's not a lot of humidity here. It's dry. So you're going to use moisturizer and all of that, but it is dry here. It makes the summers don't feel quite as hot and the winters not feel quite as cold.
Some people add humidifiers to their homes.
That's
It's something you really can't stand.
Yeah.
We got used to it. Not a problem.
Right. Altitude.
Altitude, we're high. We're about 5,300 feet up.
Yeah, we're about the same height as Denver. If you've been to Denver and you had trouble, you probably have trouble with the altitude here. Once again, you can't get much lower than where we were. in New Orleans is below sea level, and we made the leap. So most people can. If you have lung ailments or something like that, maybe you should think about
Yeah,
that.
keep that in mind. Some people have had pneumonia a lot, or they've had COVID and it's affected their lungs. It's a little more difficult for them here. So please keep that in mind if you've got a lot of breathing issues.
Tell me about wildlife.
Lots of wildlife.
Yeah, that's
Crazy wildlife. Javelinas, coyotes, mountain lions, bobcats. What else?
Pronghorn.
Pronghorn deer, bunny rabbits,
Bunny rabbits.
pheasants, quail.
Not a lot of snakes. People ask us about the rattlesnakes. Not
Right.
a lot of snakes, but if it bothers you that you might see a coyote or a javelina, you might want to rethink.
Yeah, they do wander around, and so you'll see them come around. We haven't had any issues yet. You would never leave your puppy dog outside unattended
Yeah,
for
if
that
you have a
reason.
little dog, you
Bring 'em in.
depending on where you live, but not a good idea to leave them unattended because the coyotes will snatch them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have falcons. Falcons can
Yes,
snatch little
true.
dogs.
But lots of beautiful birds as well.
Yeah.
Tons of birds.
Yeah.
Birds I've never seen before. So if you're a birder, as they say,
Oh yeah.
you'll love it.
Great place. Next, we'll cover some practical issues about how life here actually works day to day. Let's talk about jobs.
Jobs. Yeah, I touched on that briefly.
Yeah.
I must say, if you're coming here to look for a big job or something, we don't have a lot of industry here.
Yep.
It's a small town, folks. So if you're a teacher, if you're in the medical profession, whether it's nursing or a doctor,
Yeah.
if you want to be a realtor like us,
Yeah. That's about it. So if you need a
Industry,
job, you want
hospitality.
to come here with a job. You
Yes.
don't want to come here and then look for the job
Right.
unless you want to go in those kinds of things. If you want to be, a waitress, a waiter, if you want to be a teacher, we have
that.
those kinds of things, but we don't
we
have
also
a whole
have
lot
some
of
big
industry here.
centers, like Ace Hardware has a
Yeah.
big distributorship.
Oh, distribution
Amazon,
centers.
Amazon, we have a big
I mean,
distribution
we have some,
center.
but again,
Yeah.
find your job before you come here.
Right.
Taxes. Taxes are low. Most people like low taxes. Some people want, a tax and spend environment. That's not what's going to happen here. If we taxed more, maybe we could have more benefits for people who live here. We just don't do that. This
No.
is not a tax and spend
And
situation.
if you buy a home here, your taxes are not going to jump up with the appreciation of the home you just bought. Like
Yeah.
California does that. We do not. Your taxes, your real estate taxes will pretty much stay the same
Yeah.
with very little adjustment.
Yeah, that should be good news, but
It's
maybe
very
not.
good news.
Well,
I would think it's good news.
I would think for most people. Next is healthcare. People like healthcare. They like to be healthy. We do have doctors here. We have hospitals here. We've got a couple of campuses, one in PV and one in Prescott, which is the main campus. If you are life flighted out within 50 miles, they will bring you to Prescott. It's
That's
like a
right.
real hospital.
So it's run by Dignity Health.
Yeah.
In the campus in Prescott, it has a great heart center.
Yeah.
The one down in PV has a great breast care center.
Yeah.
So
if those are the things that are ailing you, that's a good thing. But honestly, if something big happens or you're chronically going to one of the major hospitals for treatments, you're going to want to probably stay down in Phoenix.
you'll have to travel down to
Yeah,
Phoenix.
we've had friends who've
Yeah.
gone through this and they go down to Phoenix to get their treatment. A lot of times they can get their protocols down here and actually have the bags administered up here.
Correct.
That depends really on what kind of procedure you need, what kind of cancer you might have. But we cannot support world-class
research
hospitals in a city of 60,000 people. That's not
But
gonna happen.
Phoenix has it all. They have
Yeah.
Mayo, the MD Anderson Cancer Center, American Cancer Centers, they have it all. So if you've got something major like you need open heart surgery or such things, most people tend to go down to Phoenix. We
Yeah.
do have specialists here. It seems to be growing more and more as more retired folk are discovering the town. But we would be happy to plug you in
Yeah.
to all the ones that we know about. Lots of concierge doctors as
Yeah.
well. So people really like that.
Yeah, so if you need world-class healthcare, a small town might not be for you, but our job here is just to turn up the issues for you to consider them.
That's right.
One thing we'd like to hear is, what was the one thing about your sanity check results that surprised you most? That would be very helpful. If you would leave a comment, we would appreciate it. All right, this is a small town. We have small town traffic. We used to be a smaller town, at least it used to feel smaller. People are bitching about traffic. Those are people who've been here forever. If you're from a city of any size at all, you will laugh at our traffic.
Right.
what is
Anywhere you
considered
need to get
traffic.
in Prescott takes 15 to 20
Takes
minutes.
15
from
or
one
20
side,
minutes.
one end to the other.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah,
if you just want you and one other car on the road, you want to go to a smaller town.
even smaller than us.
Even
yeah.
smaller than us. Yeah.
It's but the town is very progressive. They're always expanding lanes and looking ahead at potential growth.
Yes.
So, do we have gridlock? No.
No, we do not.
Nothing like big towns.
Yeah, if
big
you're in
cities.
bumper to bumper traffic, chances are there's road construction or there's been an accident or something.
Right.
That's not a normal thing. Even during so-called rush hour, we really
Yeah.
don't get a whole lot of that.
Which there isn't a lot of rush hour because everyone's pretty much
Everyone's
retired.
pretty much retired. That's it. So we like to think of Prescott as kind of a Goldilocks, kind of just right. We're a small town, but not so small that we don't have infrastructure. You compare our infrastructure, check out our What's to Do video if you haven't already heard, watch that. If you compare our town to a city, let's say like Sedona, people from Sedona come here to go to places like Costco and Home Depot.
To do their shopping.
To do their shopping because they don't have a whole lot of that. And talk about gridlock. Sedona has gridlock.
Lots of roundabouts with
lots
lots
of
of tourists
Yeah.
coming. And so you
Yeah.
pretty much are in your house for the weekend.
Yeah.
Because you can't get around.
But, you know, you can't compare our infrastructure to the infrastructure of a city like Phoenix.
No.
That's a big city. We just can't provide the same kind of infrastructure. Obviously, you're going to have things down there that we just can't support here. And if that's what you're looking for, you need to go to a bigger town.
Absolutely.
One of the things people look for in a small town is peace and quiet. There's peace and quiet, and then there's isolation. You can kind of do one or the other, depending really on what part of town you want to move into.
That's right. Some people want to literally be off the grid.
Yeah.
So we go up into the mountains and they're off the grid and it's peaceful, it's quiet, and you'll be on a well, you'll be on, and you're up there and you'll be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and then you take yourself off the mountain. We have places that are a little more far-flung, and you're pretty isolated there. You're not going to see a whole lot of traffic, a whole lot of noise, all the way down to, you can get an apartment off of Whiskey Row.
That's
It really
right.
kind of just depends on what you're looking for. That really drives more where in town you want to live more than
We have it
anything
all,
else.
So if you're finding this information helpful, we would love it if you would like, share, and subscribe. And we would really appreciate if you would take a moment just to like this video. It really helps us a lot.
And chances are you know somebody who should really watch this video. If so, take a moment to share it with them now before you forget. This is the part we said to stick around for, the one topic people don't like to talk about. For some people, this can be a big deciding factor, and that's the overall political culture here.
Correct.
All right, politics is a big deal for a lot of people. In case you haven't heard, Prescott is mostly conservative.
Yes, and we'll give it to you straight.
Yeah.
We do have the other side as well. We have both conservatives and liberals. Most people are pretty respectful. We have our little corners and they hold up signs and chit chat and discuss matters at hand. It's pretty in control, but nothing radical.
There's tolerance for other views here.
At least that's been our
That's
experience.
been our experience. So when there's an election, you'll see red signs, signs for red candidates, you'll see signs for blue candidates. Most of the signs are probably going to be red, but they'll have blues too. We don't tear one another's signs down.
No.
We don't do that here. If you are from an area where the other side of the aisle is not really allowed to have signs and those get torn down, that's not gonna happen here because there is a lot of tolerance for other views here.
Yes, there is, and and sometimes it gets a little heated.
It can get heated, but it's politics.
But it's such is the nature of politics.
Yeah, such is the nature of
but there
politics.
isn't anything crazy like rioting or craziness.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. It's just simply verbal,
Yeah, we do support police and first responders.
Yep.
We do not, defund the police here
Right.
or call them pigs or anything.
No.
there's a really good relationship between our police and our first responders and the
Yes.
community.
Yeah, a lot of pride. Also, we honor our vets here. There's
Yes.
a tremendous amount of patriotism here.
Yeah.
So you'll see lots of flags.
Yeah.
If you find that offensive, well,
Yeah, some people find American flags offensive. You're going to
hopefully,
see American flags.
but
here.
yeah, but they also support all of their vets. We have a high veteran population here. They come here for the VA hospital. And yeah, a lot of times people will pick up their meals if they know it's a vet. Sitting by them, it's very nice.
Now this,
So-
let's talk homelessness, because people ask about homelessness.
Yes.
This is not a sanctuary city.
No.
So if you're looking to live in a sanctuary city, we're not a sanctuary city.
No.
We take care of our homeless people here,
They try very hard to find services for them.
including shelters.
Right.
So some areas, they don't believe in shelters. We have shelters for people to get them off the street, particularly when it's cold.
Yes.
A fair amount of the homeless people are veterans. And so that part of our support for veterans extends also to our homeless people here.
That's right. And so they have nice apartments that they help them get back on their feet and help them, from being unhoused into finding a new start in life.
Won't see tent cities here.
No.
You won't see people sleeping in the aisles of Walmart,
No.
under a pallet of something. They're expected to follow rules, and they do for the most part.
Yeah.
They're not the community. The homeless community is not large, but they're not really militant here.
No.
I think it's more of a cooperative effort than in other places.
I agree with that. Yes. True.
All right, at this point, you probably have a good idea of whether these things line up with your lifestyle or whether something feels off. If there's something that still doesn't seem right, or maybe you have a concern that we haven't covered at all, then why not talk with us about it? We'll do a virtual meeting, give you a chance to talk through your specific situation, talk through any concerns that came up in your sanity check report, and figure out whether Prescott truly fits you. We'd be glad to spend some time with you. We do it all the time. To get started, just go to pickleladychat.com or use the QR code. There's also a link in the description.
If you're feeling confident about Prescott after this, then you are ready for the next steps. And we have just the thing, our next step videos. They include a city tour, what's to do in town, homes available, cost of living, and a whole lot more. To get started, click the thumbnail on the screen now or go to prescottscoop.com/nextsteps. In the meantime, we hope you found our video informative and fun. Did you have fun?
I did.
Good. We hope to see you next time. Bye now.